This is the Noob, and we are in the spring season of anime 2022. It's it's not quite official yet. The first shows haven't started, but it's pretty much official. So I thought it'd be fun to just go through shows that I was really looking forward to in this upcoming season. Let's start with Rising of the Shield Hero. If you haven't seen season one of Rising of the Shield Hero, it's an isekai anime. It has a little bit of Me Too in it. I don't know if that turned anybody off, but it's a really good show. It's like a story, sort of, but it goes in a completely different direction halfway through. All of the characters are likable or hateable. The villains are hateable like they should be. The heroes are likable. So this season two of this show, if you've seen season one, you're definitely gonna want to be checking this out. Kaguya-sama Love is War. The third season of this, I maybe it's because I've just watched it recently. It doesn't feel like it came out all that long ago. Season two did, so the fact that we're getting a season three now is awesome. Really looking forward to that. Spy X Family is the first new show on this list so far. And this is when I read the concept of this, I was immediately interested in it. These guys, everybody in this family, they're either a spy or like they have like some ulterior motive or something, and they don't know that about each other. It's like if you ever saw that movie with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, the Meet the Smiths, where they were spies that were married to each other, but they didn't know each other was spies. This movie's kind of like that, but throw a kid in with like some psychokinetic powers, and this is gonna be a pretty interesting show. It's either gonna be really interesting or it's just gonna go completely off the rails, but we'll see. Komi-san Can't Communicate is getting a season two already. It feels like season one just came out like in December. Yeah, I'll have to go back and check on that, but I watched that as soon as it came on Netflix. So for Komi-san to be getting a season two so soon is great. I really love season one. Shikamori's not just a cutie. So this show, the trailer looks really good. To be honest, the concept isn't that interesting to me. It's not like it's a love story. The two main characters are apparently already dating at the beginning of the show, and it's more about her like split personality disorder, I guess. I'm gonna check it out. It looks interesting, but I'm not going into it just because I think the concept's that interesting. Data Live season 4. This is one of the pinnacles of harem anime, and I happen to be a fan of the harem anime genre. It lists on themes harem, but it also lists mecha. And I'm gonna be honest, because I've watched all of it, I haven't seen a single freaking robot in this show. I don't know where they got the mecha genre from at all in this, but you know that's a thing. So, this show, Aharen San wa Hakaran Nai. I don't speak Japanese, but it's I think translated to Aharen San is indecipherable. And this show seems interesting because it reminds me of I can't even what was it I can't even think of the name of the show, but she's kind of a weirdo, and she I'll read the description, well, at least the part where uh it's she I'm not gonna read all this. She thinks that that they're best friends because he picks up her eraser one day, and I guess that's how the show starts. So we'll see where it goes from there. A couple of cuckoos. This is probably going to be pretty interesting. He was separated from his parents at birth, and he's going to meet with his parents for the first time, I guess, at the beginning of the show. I'm guessing this is how episode one's going to start. and his parents try to hook him up with their daughter that they raised. So it's a rom-com, but kind of sort of bordering on siblingish. And it lists the harem as a genre, so immediately interested. This girl right here with the purple hair looks like she's gonna be best girl. Science fell in love, so I tried to prove it. I guess this is the scientific notation for season 2, because this is season 2 of this show. Season 1 of this show, and despite the fact that you see a lot of waifus on this thumbnail, it's not a harem. It's a love story between these two. I can't remember their names. I haven't seen this show in a while. But like, he's a science. They're both. Basically everybody in the show is like a scientist, and they're trying to scientifically prove they love each other. He's into idols or waifus from like visual novels, and these two are kind of into each other. This whole show is going to be pretty interesting. I'm really looking forward to season 2 of this. The season 1 was something I just watched by accident and ended up just really loving it. So, Ascendance of a Bookworm is getting a season 3. This show is a isekai that has almost no romance subplot whatsoever, and that sounds kind of crazy for an isekai anime in this day and age. And it's what's even crazier is I really, really like this show. Her name is Mine, and it's really about her trying to make a book. She gets isekai'd into another world, and she's just trying to make a book. It seems like it's a stupid concept, but it works, and the show is really good. If you haven't checked out season 1 and 2, definitely need to catch up on that before season 3 comes out. Skeleton Knight in Another World. I've heard that the manga for this is pretty popular, so I haven't read it. I don't know anything about it, but from what I hear about this, the show is going to be basically Overlord, if you've seen that. So this guy gets reincarnated as his video game avatar, which is like a skeleton character. So that's what made me think of Overlord. But I think whereas in Overlord, the Ainz is like he's a mage. I think the character in this show is gonna be, like the name suggests, a knight. So it's Ainz if he had physical strength versus magic, and it's gonna be probably pretty interesting. I'm Quitting Heroing. This show is about a hero who saves a kingdom, and then after the kingdom achieves peace, they give him the boot. So he goes and works for the demon army that he defeated. It's not a concept that seems like it would be all that unique, but honestly, I haven't seen a show like that before. I think the closest I've seen to that is what's the name of that show? I can't remember right now. But there's this show where after a hero saves the kingdom, another hero who was trying to save the kingdom ends up just getting a job working at a retail store. I'll think of the name of that show later, but this show's probably going to be pretty interesting. I'm really looking forward to that. Summertime Render. This is going to be probably in my top 5 for the season, which I'll go over what I think is going to be my top 5 at the end, but I think this is going to be one of them. This show is about a murder mystery. It's about a murder mystery in a town he grew up in. It has a lot to do with, his childhood friends that he views like sisters, and maybe some supernatural elements, which I'm not sure about, but really looking forward to this show. I'm definitely going to be keeping track of that show. This show is seems to be like it's gonna be a clone of the Misfit of Demon King Academy. It has basically the exact same plot of Misfit of Demon King Academy, but maybe they'll do a unique take on it, go in a different direction. I don't know. If you haven't seen Misfit of Demon King Academy, I'm just going to describe the plot for that because this shows basically this synopsis right here is the exact same thing. It's a demon lord like reincarnates himself like 1,000 years like from now or something, and he reincarnates as like just a normal teenager, and that's basically it. He ends up, he thinks that he's an average, and then he is actually overpowered even after being reincarnated. I don't want to spoil the plot too much on Misfit of Demon King Academy because it's something that me and Solo might cover in a podcast at some point. It's a really good show. If this takes its own unique concept, this could also be a pretty good show. So I'm going to be checking that out. This show, Tomodachi Game, is Squid Games, the anime. That's basically the plot synopsis for this. There's like slight differences, but I think anybody who was a fan of Squid Game is probably going to like this show. I'm going to be checking it out because I am a fan of Squid Games. So, the Dawn of the Witch, I don't even understand the plot synopsis. I read this a couple of times. I don't understand it at all. I will check this show out. I have no clue what this show is about. Let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit because I don't care about a lot of these other shows. The Madoka Magica side story is getting its final season. The Madoka Magica series in general has ended up becoming one of my favorite anime series. It's something I watched just out of curiosity, and holy crap, does the actual, I think this thumbnail is more it's more factual to what the show is than what the thumbnail on Netflix for it was, which made it look like a lighthearted magic girl show, which it's not. Holy crap, is it dark. So this is the side story show, and this is going to be pretty. The final season for this, I'm expecting it to be pretty good, so I'm definitely going to be checking this out. I want to do a full coverage of Madoka Magica at some point, but I may jumble that in with a bunch of other magical girl shows that I wanted to cover as well. Scroll down. I think this show, Don't Hurt Me, My Healer, is going to be pretty good. I don't know if it's going to have like a deep overarching plot, but from watching the trailer, it seems like it was going to at least be funny. And sometimes funny anime is, a good thing. Build Divide Code White. I haven't seen season 1 of Build Divide, but I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I'm definitely going to be checking that out. So if I end up liking season 1, I'll also be checking out this. So I might be checking out this. I've never actually finished Ikitosen. It's an anime. It came out a long time ago. I watched the first few episodes. It was interesting, but I just never finished it for whatever reason. So I might be going back and watching that. I don't know if this is a remake or if it's let's see. Yeah, there ain't a whole lot of info here. I'm gonna look more into this, but this might be a show that I end up watching. Yep. Oh, and this show, I have not seen season 1 of this, or part 1. Aim Warrior at the Borderline. So I'm a fan of mecha shows. It's probably my favorite genre of anime, and I have never heard of this, so I'm gonna go check out part 1. I haven't even seen a trailer for this, so I don't even know anything about what it's like or what it's about or anything. But something tells me I might end up checking this out. I'm gonna go watch part 1 first and see if I like it, because there's some mech shows that are just boring as dirt. Most of them are really good though. Um, and oh yeah, this is supposed to be a spin-off of the Detective Conan series. I don't know. I don't recognize this character though. I've watched a lot of Detective Conan. This could be later on because I'm like in episode. I don't even know what episode I'm on. It's like 600 or 700 or something, and I don't think I've ever seen this character. So I don't know at what point this spinoff takes place or how it relates back to the main show, but I'll be checking this out. Um, and I think that's it for shows I was looking forward to. Going into the ONA's bubble, I like the concept for the show. It's supposed to be like gravity gets broken, and then it seems like some parkour type stuff. So I'm definitely interested in that. I don't know where they go with the concept for it, but I will at least be checking this out and giving my thoughts on that. I never watched Tiger and Bunny. I'm probably not really looking forward to this either, but I may check out Tiger and Bunny season 1 and see if I like that. It just didn't look that interesting to me personally. And yeah, I really, really, really don't care about the rest of these. I mean, I would care more about Ghost in the Shell, but a lot of Ghost in the Shell stuff after Standalone Complex, like the original anime, has sucked. So I haven't gotten back into it in a very long time. I've not seen this particular show at all. This is like season 2 of it. I may go back and watch that. It's a whole lot of what ifs. Um, yeah, don't know what either of these two are. But I'll at least check out the trailers for these. I probably won't watch either of these. From looking at these thumbnails alone, they just don't look that interesting to me. Quintessential Quintets is getting a movie, which is more than likely just going to cover the end of the manga. I am really, 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 really hoping though that they just do an original ending and like ignore the manga ending, because the ending of the manga sucks. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's. I mean, it's a great show. I definitely recommend watching Quintessential Quintuplets. It's just if you watch both seasons and then you want to see how it ends, so you read the manga, you're either going to be very happy or you're going to be very, very, very disappointed. There's no in between for this. So hopefully they go with an original ending, but we'll see. Dragon Ball Super Superhero. This could be what I've been waiting on in the Dragon Ball franchise for a long time, which is them finally passing the mantle on from Goku to somebody else. Goku has been the main character of the Dragon Ball franchise for over 30 years. He has 2 kids, he has grandkids. There's like so many other characters that could continue the story, and yet whenever they get the chance to do that, they decide, oh yeah, if Goku's too old, we'll turn him back into a kid or something stupid like that. These other characters could be more interesting, like Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Pan, Marin. They could all be more interesting if they could just get a chance to shine. So we'll see what happens with this. I haven't looked too much into it. I'm pretty sure other people probably know a lot more about what the plot's going to be, but I don't. So we'll wait and see. Teasing Master Takagi-San is getting a movie. This could be continuing from where the last season left off. because I felt like the last season was like the end of the show. So maybe this is a continuation where we get to see them actually grow up and stuff. I'm looking forward to that because I really like the show. Detective Conan, I was talking about this earlier. I'm like really, really far into the show. Maybe this movie will give a little bit of a clue about where this spinoff takes place, or maybe it's just totally unrelated, period. The thing about Detective Conan, though, is it's kind of like it was like the One Piece before One Piece, in that it's a show that will never end. But unlike One Piece, this doesn't really have that deep of an overarching plot. It does have one, but you don't watch it for the plot, that overarching plot. You watch it for like the plot of each individual episode, the murder mysteries and stuff. So, definitely looking forward to this. This, like, anything with Detective Conan is a good thing. I mentioned before I'm a huge mecha fan, and so seeing a new Gundam movie based in the original Mobile Suit Gundam is pretty exciting. We've been getting a lot of stuff in the Gundam series lately, as far as like in the Universal Century. So I know Hathaway's Flash, which was pretty awesome. We have the Thunderbolt stuff, which that's all tied in. Yeah, so this movie is supposed to be taking place during the timeline of the original Gundam, and it looks pretty awesome. You probably maybe have seen the memes online about the jumping Gundam from that one fight scene in the trailer. I think the animation looks pretty good. They've really stayed true to the original art style of the original show while kind of updating it. So this is going to be a great movie. There's no way they'll mess this up. This is probably going to be a really, really good movie. I don't really care much about the rest of this stuff, but it's a thing. So that's really like the main anime that I'm looking forward to personally. It's not to say that the stuff I didn't talk about is stuff that's not going to be good. I'll probably be checking it out, but it's like stuff I'm not really excited for. But in a way, that's kind of a good thing, because it might mean that I end up getting unexpectedly surprised by like discovering a new great show that I didn't otherwise expect to enjoy. But going into my top picks for what I think is going to be the best anime of this season, I'm just going to go over my top 5. This is going to be number 1. Rising the Shield Hero Season 2. Nothing could possibly beat this. This will be my number 1. I think my number 2 is probably going to be Date A Live Season 4. Then 3, I will say Komi-san Can't Communicate Season 2. 4, I'm going to say Spy X Family. And I'm going to say A Couple of Cuckoos is probably going to be my number 5 for this upcoming season. But these are all guesses. I know Rising of the Shield Hero is going to be great. And I know Date A Live is going to be great. These other ones I'm hoping is going to be great. But if they even mildly meet my expectations, then yeah, they're going to be mind-blowing anime. But that's it for me covering this upcoming season shows that I'm looking forward to. If there's some shows coming up in this next season that either weren't on this list, or ones that I just didn't talk about that you think is going to be interesting, let me know down in the comments below. I would appreciate it also if you're not subscribed, if you would like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave us a comment, and I'll check you out in the next video.